For the second time ever, the most prestigious annual event in American skating is being held here in the shadow of the Cascade Mountains. Mount Hood, Mount St. Helens, not far away. We are in Portland, Oregon. And we welcome you inside the Rose Garden as we kick off our coverage here on ABC Sports of the 2005 State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championships. The ice dance is up first this afternoon. The gold medal on the line. Terry Gannon along with Susie Wynn and Christine Brennan. A little bit later this afternoon, it's the men out there. We'll have live coverage as Dick Button joins us. And then tonight in prime time, the pairs championship and a great showdown. Michelle Kwan taking on Sasha Cohen. The ladies event will get underway at 8 Eastern. In terms of the free dance, though, here are your standings. Belbin and Augusto trying to win for the second straight year. They have the lead over Gregory and Petyakov, last year's silver medalist. Manin and O'Meara here for the second time at the Senior Nationals ahead of Stiegler and Magarovsky. And a good look from our Smucker's Skycam. We've seen it on other sports, but this is the first time ever that it is being used in figure skating right here in Portland. Susie Wynn. And this free dance, 4 minutes in length, worth 50% of the overall score. The third phase of the competition. Here are Melissa Gregory and Denis Petyakov. They are currently in second place after the original dance. They won the silver medal last year and the bronze medal in 2002 and 2003.
Watch for some really unique movement. They have a specially designed blade called the M&D Diamond, designed especially for them. The heel is shaved off so they're able to ride on the back of the blade. Also, they have some unique elements, dance lifts, dance spins, footwork sequences.
Melissa is from Chicago. Denis is originally from Kirov, Russia. He is not yet a U.S. citizen, but the two are a married couple. That helps. That speeds up the process, and they do expect him to be a citizen in time for the Olympics, should they make the team. A recurring issue in ice dance for the top 6 teams here right now would not be eligible because of citizenship problems.
This music, quite a departure for them. We're used to seeing them skate to more classic and dramatic themes, so it's fun to see them pulling out of that comfort zone.
Pink Floyd is classic rock.
We have some of the more difficult lifts in this competition. He has great control. She has great flexibility. Great combination to make those lifts look spectacular. It was a second set of twizzles, much better than the first. They need to move this out now to keep the excitement of the program up. They have had a strong season, being fourth in both of their Grand Prix events. They've skated strong here all week. This is a nice program. Some problems in the twizzles, but other than that, they perform this very well.
It may be more emotional than physical, but they look exhausted right now. They're trying to catch their breath at the end of this 4-minute program. Melissa Gregory and Denis Petchikov.
This was a unique rotational lift because watch, he's just connecting to her with one arm, showing strength. And she has to maintain sort of that pretzel position and stay so firm in her abs that had great control in a unique position. Twizzle turns are a required element in this free dance. Melissa had struggles there, leaning too far forward on the blade towards her toe pick, not really clearing a clean turn. And then the unison was just a bit off. Denis was a little bit ahead on those twizzles, so not the best.
See how much that hurts them. 2 sets of marks as always. Nikolai Morozov, one of the better known coaches. There you see the new trophy designed by Tiffany's. All the names of the champions dating back to 1914. On that, they're trying to add their name to that list. Technical merit 5.3 to 5.6, Susie.
Well, I thought so many things were in place other than the twizzles.
And presentation in the 5.6, 5.8 range, so that's pretty high, up to 5.8 for presentation, and clearly they're pretty happy with those marks, and that's the standard being set. Gregory and Petchikov.
And hi again, everybody. We are thrilled to have you along as we bring you the State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championships for the 42nd consecutive year right here on ABC Sports. The gold medal on the line in ice dance right now. We've got live coverage of the men just a little bit later when they take the ice, and then make sure you're right here on ABC tonight in prime time. The Pairs Championship coming your way, but also the great showdown in the ladies event. Michelle Kwan going after a record-tying 9th U.S. title, trying to hold off Sasha Cohen to get to the top step of the podium. Back to ice dance right now, though. The 2-time U.S. champion, Susie Wynn, joins me once again. Susie, Belbin and Augusto, certainly the overwhelming favorites here, and looking beyond that, they've put U.S. ice dance back on the map internationally.
They certainly have. Since 1998, they've really just had great progress and great layers of success in their career, and it hasn't stopped here at the U.S. Championships. They've already received 6 O's 5 times within this competition, and they haven't even finished competing yet. They have set a message every time they've stepped on the ice since they began competing. Hey, we're good. We are ready to contend at the world level. We want to change U.S. ice dancing. And that sort of mindset has really infiltrated all of the dancing levels. I think I've seen more depth in this field than I have seen in years in ice dancing.
Maybe a few more 6.0s in the future for Belbin and Augusto.
Yeah, here
in the free dance. Just 4 minutes left to be the best in the country. The gold medal on the line in ice dance right now.
Top names from this event here in Portland. We'll move on to the ISU World Figure Skating Championships presented by Olay. Will be in Moscow, and our coverage gets underway March 17th on ESPN. Meanwhile, here in Portland, the free dance continues. On the ice right now, Lydia Manning and Ryan O'Meara. Lydia is 22 years of age from Newark, Delaware, and Ryan is 21 from Scottsdale, Arizona. And they are currently in 3rd place after the original dance. One of those teams that's part of that younger generation really making U.S. ice dance better and better over the last few years. Susie, that would be eligible to go to the Olympics if they would make the team. It's easier to name the teams that are eligible than those who aren't.
Well, they certainly have great skill, very sound basics. So that creates such a smoothness in all of their movement and transitions. Footwork could be circular or in a serpentine fashion, which is almost like a snake that weaves from corner to corner. It takes up a lot of time, but they have such sound footwork and precise footing. It's good to show it off.
Se asa tivesse para voar nessa distância, minha liberdade ter isso não é sonho, não é sonho é forte, tem boa proteção, tem só bom carinho e bom sorriso. Ai, solidão tem cima, sou sozinha, só tá brilhando.
The twizzles, very vertical, maintaining the flow very well.
Ai, solidão é sonho.
Susie, it's an exciting time to be one of the young teams in ice dance in this country right now, because even though there's a lot of competition out there and it's getting deeper and deeper the field all the time, you've got to feel the momentum and be caught up in it.
Certainly, and what's unique is that you're not only feeling it at the senior championship level, but at the junior level and novice level. There's some great up-and-comers, so we've got a great feeder program that's developed. Just a great smooth quality again in their footwork. At the end of their program, it's really easy for that footwork to get sticky because it's being tired, but they're able to maintain flow. Their lifts rather hard. This program was jam-packed with a lot of content. They've had a great week here from the compulsories, the first round, the original dance, the second round, and now the free dance. They've been consistent all week.
And been moving up in the standings. They were fourth after the compulsories, moved up to third after the original. Who knows? They could threaten perhaps for that second spot and a silver medal. You don't know. Lydia Mann and Ryan O'Meara will have their marks, and then it's the headliners, Kenneth Belbin and Ben Augusto, looking to repeat as national champs here in Portland. But first, a look behind the scenes at one of the people who make the Nationals possible and a whole lot easier for everybody.
Hi, I'm Leon Plymakers, and I'm the tailor here in Skater Services. This is an odd Nationals. There have been costume failures that usually never occur. I've rebuilt 8 dresses from the hip line up, men's pants ripping, crotches coming out in the middle of split jumps. That's a level red, and that usually never happens.
We'll have more coverage from Portland next Sunday. The top performers from this event taking the ice. No judges around. There's special performances beginning at 1:30 Eastern, 10:30 Pacific time. The Chevy Skating Spectacular. Here in the kiss and cry area, Lydia Mannin and Ryan O'Meara. Mannin O'Meara kind of rolls off your tongue. They go together, don't they? Technical merit, Susie, 5-1 to 5-6.
These are pretty strong marks, but a little bit lower than that of Gregory and Pechikov.
That's who they were really going after. Gregory and Pechikov, who have the lead 5-2 to 5-6 for presentation.
I thought this is a real step up from them from last year. Their presentation skills have really increased.
A couple of threes up there, but mostly twos. That's where they are, in second behind Gregory and Pechikov. Now, Tanith Belbin and Ben Augusto get their turn. They have proven over the past year and a half or so they are one of the world's best. Good enough to make the Olympic team, but they probably won't be in Torino because she is not yet a U.S. citizen.
From the start, this team knew it wouldn't be easy. Tanith is Canadian, and until she gets her American citizenship, she and Ben can't compete in the Olympics. Early success qualified them for the 2002 Games, but without her citizenship, they were forced to stay behind. Now, almost 4 years later, Tanith is still not an American, and there's a good chance another Olympics will pass them by. Now that you're becoming more and more successful, are there days where it just hits you a little bit more?
I think the day that we sit at home, if it happens, and watch the opening ceremonies go on without us like we did in 2002, I don't think there's anything wrong with being pretty upset about that.
I can't deny that it's a disappointing thought when it enters in your head. We know that we've put in so much work and we love what we do. So the thought of not being able to be a part of the Olympic Games is kind of difficult.
The good news is that just 20 and 23 years of age, this team is still young. Average Olympic ice dance champions are 27. So even if they miss the 2006 Games, 2010 is not a far-fetched dream. In this stressful situation, many teams would split to pursue individual Olympic aspirations. But Tanith and Ben, well, they see it differently.
The bigger picture, I think, is more important, and that's our whole skating experience and our career as a whole. And I think that we have something so special that we would really be lacking if we weren't together. And the thought of not skating together is worse than the thought of not being able to go to the Olympics this time around.
Would you rather be a world champion, or would you rather go to the Olympics but come last? I think you'd rather be a world champion. The Olympic experience is great, but I hope that if we do push through and do 2010, that we'll be able to really make the most of the entire experience and come out with a real dream.
It's like you have all the right ingredients, the trust, the great coaching staff, great skill, but it's almost like there's another layer of what makes that great, makes you willing to put that hard work in.
We're good friends, and I think that's really what might separate us from a lot of couples. We just get along and we have fun. Even if we have a bad day, we don't take it out on each other.
Sometimes we feel like we have the little devil and angels on our shoulder, like, oh, these run-throughs are gonna be hard. Don't worry about it, you could do it. And, you're not even going to the Olympics. And then my angel over here, Ben's angel comes over, and Igor's angel, and my parents' angel, and then they're like, don't worry, everything's okay. We realized what we have. It's very special.
They represent the Arctic Figure Skating Club. Ladies and gentlemen, Tanith Belbin and Benjamin Augusto.
Well, there's that 5-year mandatory waiting period after you get your green card, unless, of course, you're married to a U.S. citizen, which Tanith is not. You can have a situation, Susie, where they're the world champions, yet they can't go to the Olympics.
And as I said, they're disappointed by that, but they've just got such a great friendship and a working relationship. They're enjoying the process.
Belbin and Augusto going for number 2.
exceptional twizzles because of the speed, the attack, and how quick the rotation is.
Fifth place finish at the World Championships. Last year was the highest finish for an American dance team in 14 years. Back in 1990, Jo Dwyer placed fourth with Susie Wynn. Congratulations, Susie.
Well, a long time ago. And I think Ben and Tanith, they're well on their way of changing all of that. What makes them stand out in this field is how they're able to take one push and move so far across the ice. It doesn't take them a lot of pushing to get that power, and that's just great technical ability.
Frenetic pace to the entire free dance.
Wow, they were able to maintain such high energy and force throughout. This is the best I think this free dance has come off throughout the season, and they've had some great performances.
Standing ovation here in the Rose Garden. They've already tied the record with 5 perfect sixes in one national championship. Could they go for a few more, huh? The last year, most likely, for the perfect 6.0 system. Gregory and Petyukov, yeah, I think they know it. Their lead may be gone. We'll have the marks in it. Just may be that we see a few perfect 6.0s for Belbin and Augusto, and then Tiffany Stiegler, Sergei Magorovsky, they get their turn when we come back after this message and a word from our ABC stations. You're watching ABC Sports Championship Television.
Hi, I'm Vicki Zander, a.k.a. the Boot Lady. Everyone has their own sharpener, which they're accustomed to. Skating is as much mental as it is physical, so they really have to have the utmost confidence in who's doing their blades. We are here for an emergency, so what you want to try to do is give them a clean, crisp edge they feel comfortable with, so they can go right out and compete.
The boot lady, always one of the most important people at the national championships, sharpening those blades. Belbin and Augusto, maybe a few perfect sixes.
Well,
coming their
every
way.
movement in this program was beautifully executed. The serpentine lift begins on one curve, transitions into a second curve. All the shapes, everything exact, all the strength, so reliable. And at the very end of the program, they showed no sign of tiring here on their final diagonal footwork. Very difficult because of the quickness involved and how close they are in their feet and hips. Just so well done.
Now we'll see. Marina Zueva in there with them. Igor Spielban also one of their coaches. And technical merit marks on the way for Belbin and Augusto. 5.8s, 5.9s. No sixes there. Ah, here they are. All perfect sixes. And Susie, no one in the history of the national championships has ever gotten 9 perfect sixes for one performance.
Well, what a great moment for them, for ice dancing.
Their parents with a standing ovation. Why not? The entire house on its feet here. They now have 14 total perfect sixes at nationals. They only trail Michelle Kwan on that long list. Brian Boitano has 9. That's amazing. And yes, they are giving out sixes pretty liberally here because it's the last year of the 6.0 system, but still very impressive. So everyone's settling in just a little bit after the Belbin and Augusto performance and all the 6.0s. The defending champs have the lead over Gregory and Petyakov. Manon O'Meara in third. On the ice right now, pretty impressive team. First year at nationals, Tiffany Stiegler and Sergei Magarovsky. In fourth after the original dance.
Some of the best dance spins in the competition. Tiffany and Sergei, very well matched and just a great sense of one another for being together for such a short time.
And if you're a skating fan, you know all about Tiffany Stiegler. She skated pairs. Older brother Johnny, they came in fourth at nationals in '99, 2000. She just picked up ice dance, and here she is, just outside of the top 3 with Sergei Magarovsky. Susie, it was reported and rumored here in Portland this week that Tiffany Stiegler would perhaps join forces with Peter Chernishev, the 5-time U.S. ice dance champion. And certainly because she has come so far so quickly, that's a natural thought. But Igor Spielban, their coach, told us adamantly today there's no plan at all to break this team up. In fact, Sergei Magarovsky, not yet a citizen, they expect and hope his citizenship will be completed perhaps as early as August, and that if they made the team, they would be eligible to go to the Olympics.
Well, I think that's great news because this is a team that has instant chemistry as well. They have beautiful leg line with one another. He is a tremendous skater with so much strength.
here all the time. I love you and hope you love me.
Tiffany Stiegler, Sergei Magarovsky, together a short time, but the Manhattan Beach-Moscow connection certainly has worked to this point, trying to move up from 4th place after the original dance. We'll come back to Portland, check their marks in just a moment, and don't forget we've got live coverage of the men skating for gold in just a little bit.
Brilliant performance. There it is. Oh, look at the flowers coming on the ice. Just marvelous. The entire arena. Everyone out of their seats here. Standing ovation.
Such confidence.
What a performance.
Wow, she did 7 triple jumps in this program.
The heart of a champion. Beautiful moment for her. Just beautiful.
From the smallest beginnings to the biggest events, U.S. Figure Skating is there for you. We teach America to skate. U.S. Figure Skating, building America's champions.
Back at the State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championships, Tiffany Stiegler, Sergei Magarovsky in the kiss and cry, waiting for their marks. There are 2 available spots on the World Championship team, and you need to be in the top 2 here to earn one of those spots. They're trying to move up from 4th place after the original dance. They're the technical merit marks, Susie.
You know, I'm just impressed that they got through that performance after all those 6.0s flashing in front of them from Belbin and Augusto. So
you're right. That's got to be intimidating. The presentation marks, listen to the crowd. They're not at all happy about the marks and the placements. You see the 6s up there, and Stiegler and Magarovsky ending up in 4th place overall. The crowd wanted higher marks. They certainly got them for the defending champs, and now they're the 2-time U.S. champions, Belbin and Augusto. The 14 perfect 6s. That's a record for any ice dance in terms of a career, and 2nd overall in any discipline, as we said, to Michelle Kwan. So we'll check out our final standings here for the ice dancers. Belbin and Augusto finish on top. Once again, Gregory and Petchikov, again, the silver medal for the 2nd straight year. Man and O'Meara, great future. They end up standing on the podium with the bronze medal, and the rest of what is a very bright future for the U.S. in ice dance. And the winners are with Christine right now.
Thanks, Terry. Here with Tanith and Ben and your new trophy. I've got to ask you guys first off, are you going to miss the 6-0 system?
Oh, absolutely. After tonight, how could we not? But it's a great gift. We skated absolutely our best tonight, and I think this is probably the best free dance that we've done all season. But we also see how much room there is to grow, so we're looking forward to Worlds and seeing how far we can carry this program.
Now you've won one of these for the first time, and you've defended. What's harder to do?
Well, there's different pressures involved. The first time was just very exciting, and we were always kind of clawing our way up to try to get that championship. And now there's a different set of issues you have to deal with, making sure you're still confident and you can go out and perform your best, even though you know that now everybody else is behind you trying to catch up and claw at your heels. So,
and what should we expect from you guys at Worlds?
I think that this program will take on an even different shape by Worlds. I think it'll look completely different, and judging by how far we came from Nationals to Worlds last year, I think we can carry it much further. So I'd expect a few surprises at Worlds and another great performance.
All right, thanks. Congratulations. Back to you, Terry.
All
All right, Christine, they knocked on the door with 3 straight silver medals, and now they have won the gold medal for the 2nd straight year, Belbin and Augusto. And they've already handed out 19 perfect sixes here in Portland. The previous record was 15. Could be more straight ahead. From any perspective, the raw emotion of Timothy Gable was apparent. Skating with a heavy heart for a friend who lost a loved one, Gable's focused effort carried him to the lead. Right behind is Johnny Weir, the defending champion, looking for back-to-back gold. While teenager Evan Lysacek emerged as a serious threat, ready to make a run at the title. Each has 4.5 minutes alone on the ice to state his case. The men skate for gold right now. And a live look now inside the Rose Garden here in Portland, Oregon. Our coverage of the 2005 State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championships continues. It's the 42nd consecutive year that this event is airing here on ABC Sports. The group of top contenders on the ice warming up right now. And the standings going into this free skate for the men. It's Tim Gable who won the title back in 2001. He has the lead over Johnny Weir, who won the title last year. He's a different skater now, Weir is. He may just be one of the best in the world. Evan Lysacek, the youngster, only 19 years of age, in the top 3. Hi again, everybody. Terry Gannon back with Dick Button. So it's 42nd year on ABC. What's this, your 41st, right? What's wrong with you? You missed a year.
Somewhere along the line. I don't remember.
Good to have you along again. Let's talk about the group out there right now. Let's start with Timothy Gable. Guy who really struggled last year. He had injuries. He had to withdraw from this event a year ago after being 10th in the short program. And he was so emotional in his short here in Portland because he's very close to Angela Nikodinov, who, of course, lost her mother in that crash on Wednesday here in Portland. She is here. She's up in a skybox, the 2-time U.S. bronze medalist who lost her coach a couple of years ago, Yelena Cherkasskaya, now her mom, and she held a press conference a little while ago.
First, I just want to thank everyone for all of your thoughts and prayers for my family and I. I look forward to getting back on the ice and being able to perform again. And I would just like to have some private time for my family and I. And after a few days, I'll be in a better position to answer all of your questions about the accident. And I just want to ask for your patience and understanding. And as far as today, I decided to come to the arena today to be there for my friends who have supported me through all of this. And I would just like to be there and do the same for them. And that's all I can say for right now, and just thank you.
Well, she's here to support, among others, Timothy Gable, who now, Dick, has to focus for 4.5 minutes.
Well, he comes with a really heavy load of emotional baggage from this terrible accident that's occurred. But I've got to tell you something. He really pulled through on the short program with it, and I think he will here today, too. Johnny Weir now, you know, he's a wonderfully complete skater. I mean, he's the calmest competitor, the coolest competitor. I'm very, very impressed with the ability and the sensitivity and the completeness of his skating.
He really wasn't all that calm, cool, and collected before he won this title last year. It's really changed him as a skater. He's got great confidence right now and has skated very well. Behind him in third place is Evan Lysacek. It's not a major surprise. He was a 5th place finisher last year. However, he's only 19 years of age. He got a 6.0 in the short program, and they are handing those out. This may indeed be the last year of the old traditional 6.0 system at the national championships. We'll see the new international one at the world championships this year on ESPN, but we may see some more 6.0s
this afternoon and tonight. Michael Weiss is the veteran, 28 years of age, from Fairfax, Virginia, and a 3-time U.S. champion. So he knows what it's like to stand on top of the podium, but he's got to come from behind. Just a few moments ago in the warm-up, Dick, watch what happened here to Weiss.
Well, I've got to tell you, a warm-up is really one of the toughest scenes that you've seen in skating. It tells you a whole world of what's going on in these guys' minds.
And Gable was involved in that with Weiss, and just a few moments ago, Tim Gable going down.
Well, I think, look, this is a warm-up. They'll get their act together, and I'm sure they'll come on with it. At least I hope so for their sake.
What do you try to accomplish in a warm-up?
Get yourself used to the ice. Get yourself adjusted. Not leave it on the warm-up practice. Warm up your body. Used to the place, the location, the air, and the space around you. And get your body going. And usually spins help that the most, more than jumps.
Take a look at the order in which they will skate here in the free skate. The top men in the country, and it is Michael Weiss, the veteran, 28-year-old, married with 2 kids. Matt Savoy right behind. He's won the bronze medal a couple of times at the Nationals. Sean Rogers, the unknown, only 19 years of age, from the Baltimore area. Then the top 3, the last 3 to skate: Tim Gable, Johnny Weir, and Evan Lysacek. So we are just about set to go. Good look down from our Smucker Skycam. You've seen it on other sports, the NFL, college football. Now we've got it here in figure skating, hovering about 16 to 20 feet above the ice. So here we go. Live coverage of the men. Tonight it's Michelle Kwan, Sasha Cohen, and others skating for gold. Our live coverage gets underway 8 o'clock Eastern. But Michael Weiss starts us off for the men.
Alexandria, Virginia. A warm welcome, please, for Michael Weiss.
Needing a comeback. He's been in this spot before. In 2002, he was 5th after the short program. He ended up standing on the podium. He won a medal that year. This is his 12th trip to the U.S. Nationals, Dick.
And anyone who can wear tattoos for a shirt is my kind of guy. I find this the best costume I've seen in a long time, and we've seen some beauties in this sport.
And just to make it clear, that is a shirt made to look like tattoos.
Don't spoil the fun. I hate to go back to pointing out a move, but here it is, a quadruple toe and a triple toe. Turns into the triple toe. It's a little hard to tell if it was 2-footed, but we'll see that on our camera later. I often wonder how this program would have done if he'd been skating to Kashmir instead.
Your other favorite Zeppelin song?
Well, you know, the original one has a little Metallica in it that makes it, I think, sing a little bit. But I don't think that this problem gives him enough substance and enough strength, because he's a powerful skater in his own way.
You're all over the classics, you know.
Well, I hope so. Getting ready for the back room.
Weiss, by the way, is not only a 3-time U.S. champion, but twice has won bronze medals at the World Championships.
I don't know what's happening to him in this. I think he's been down on himself in this competition since his rather mediocre performance in the short program. and he knows that the inevitability of not making a team to the World Championship is probably the cards for him to read.
But he started in 5th with a realistic chance of moving up, and the men do have 3 spots on that World Championship team. So really a good chance to make that team when he started the program, at least. Worlds will be in Moscow starting March 17th on ESPN.
Right now, he's skating very slowly. There's just not a lot of spark to this performance. That wonderful move. Special blades that he's had done. Kind of straight line footwork that really has neither speed nor dash. A lot of bouncing and flailing of arms back and forth, but not his best.
Has he run out of gas or has he run out of excitement?
I think both. It's really a shame. And he's not really relating to the music. Nice triple Lutz, though. But, you know, I don't think this was his day, no matter how you slice it.
Had the fist pump at the end.
Well, you know, he's always been a guy who looks like as if he's been really attacking, as though he's kind of slam dunks, except there's not a lot of dunk and there's a lot of slam.
There's his wife Lisa, along with Don Laws, his coach. Good hand from the crowd here. They liked it. We'll see what the judges think. Michael Weiss here in the free skate, and don't forget the top 3 are the last 3 to skate this afternoon.
Tom Collins presents the all-new edition of John Hancock Champions on Ice, featuring all your favorite Olympic and world champions. Michelle Kwan, Sasha Cohen, Elvis Stoico, Timothy Gable, Johnny Weir, and more. Plus incredible acrobatics, breathtaking displays that'll leave you on the edge of your seat. Plus the lights, the music. This ain't your mama's ice show. This is John Hancock Champions on Ice.
Back at the State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championships, there's the State Farm Trophy. It's new this year, and all the names of all the champions dating back to 1914. Michael Weiss waiting for his marks. Got off to a bad start, Dick.
Well, look what happened right here in the quad toe combination. First, he double foots the landing. Then, right after that, he pulls into a double toe, not a triple toe, and that cut the points down. Later on, he also
well, he caught a touchdown pass is what he did, yeah.
And there you go. That's the important part.
Spike, as long as he doesn't give us a Randy Moss, we're okay here. There's Don Laws in the kiss and cry, who coached Scott Hamilton to Olympic gold in '84.
I also think the fact that he touched down with both hands on his triple loop will be a major problem for him in his technical marks.
So one touchdown's good, but the other kind's bad. So 2 sets of marks, the first for technical merit. There they are, up to 5.6, and the low mark full of 5.3s. And presentation, the overall artistry of the program, 5.5 to 5.7, Dick.
It's a little rough, I think, the artistry in this, and certainly the spark was not there today.
Tim Gable backstage, a live look at him. Audrey Wisiger, his new coach,
Trying to calm him down maybe just a little bit. The leader going into the free skate, Johnny Weir. Commercial for iPods. He's in second, right behind Gable.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Savoy.
But here's Matt Savoy, the 24-year-old from Peoria, Illinois, making his 8th trip to the Senior National Championships. He won the bronze medal in 2001 and again last year. Right now, he's in 4th.
Notice how he spread eagles into the entrance to this. Triple axel, triple toe, and lovely lift up into that, double toe rather, a wonderful lift up into that as he went into that jump. That was really beautiful to see. Double Salchow instead of a triple. Look at the unusual quality of this straight line step sequence. Nothing ordinary about those moves.
Savoy is a college graduate. You know what it's like to skate full-time and go to school full-time, Dick.
I certainly respect that. There are very few skaters that have done that. Debbie Thomas, Misha Petkovich, Paul Wiley. So the others through the years have been few. Unfortunately, they're not all of them.
And Savoy is working on his master's in urban planning at the University of Illinois, which doesn't make training easy. He trains 3 days a week in Champaign, where Illinois is, and then drives to Peoria to train with his longtime coach, Linda Brannon.
Kind of entrance, that low back edging into it, is going to stand up well under the new system of judging that we'll be seeing at this championships next year.
At the World Championships, the new international system, they still have to vote on it. The United States figure skating does. A couple of issues to be resolved, but they expect that to be in play. And it's an entire cumulative points system. You get numbers like 173, 185, 205 instead of 5.8 and 6.0.
Look at this backslide into the trip. You know, that's the kind of thing I think the new rules will be looking for, that greater difficulty of continuous movement, the transitions into the jumps. Well, it's a new style of dancing and skating for Matt Savoy. It's edgier than before. It's good dance movement. I think he needs to bring to it more spark and more attack, but gosh, he knows how to follow the idea of the mood and the sensitivity of the music.
Stylistically, he is one of the best. Matt Savoy will check his marks, then the youngster Shawn Rogers skates, then the top men, Timothy Gable, Johnny Weir, still to come as we roll on here at the State Farm U.S. Championships. Back live here in Portland, Matt Savoy out of breath, waiting for the marks. Linda Brannon right alongside his longtime coach. Tom Dixon on the right side of your screen. Now, technical merit marks, Dick, 5-1 up to 5-7.
I'm afraid I don't understand the 5-1 at all. I think that the guy is really talented and has very good technique. And some of those moves were sensational. The presentation marks a lot better and deservedly so. Again, a 5-4, which I don't understand.
And a 5-1. And that judge putting him in second. There's a judge who put him in fourth, but mostly ones across the board for Matt Savoy. He's got the lead.
And from the University of Delaware Figure Skating Club in Newark, Delaware, welcome now, Shawn Rogers.
So it's Matt Savoy ahead of Michael Weiss at this point. And here is the young unknown, Shawn Rogers, 19 years of age, from Millersville, Maryland, around the Baltimore area. He won the novice title back in 2000. In 2002, he came in second in the junior ranks. And this is his second trip to the senior nationals, but he did not qualify last year. Didn't even qualify.
Well, I've got to tell you, I like that for an opening. It really states a message, and he follows through on it. Quadruple toe, no landing. Fall out on that. You know, there's an awful lot of skaters around who can do these jumps, but can't do them under pressure. That's a problem with a lot of skaters. We've seen it too often. They've got to come to grips with that and solve it, or they might as well not bother competing. Just skate and have fun.
A lot of athletes in any sport say that up.
Look at the height he gets on that and the speed. The guy's a wonderful athlete.
Shawn Rogers trains in Newark, Delaware, and he came in second in the Eastern sectional to get here, and that's how you have to get to the national championships. You earn your way. It's not an invitational. You've got to either win or finish highly in the sectionals around the country to get here.
You can certainly see he can do it. And in addition, there's a good sense of style and musical interpretation in this program, and he's feeling what he's doing.
Nikki's got a good training partner, he and Kimmy Meisner, who we'll see tonight with the ladies, just a young 15-year-old. They train together and they have contests, jumping contests, free skate contests. And Meisner, you won't want to miss.
These moves are very simplified, straightforward moves. Not a lot of superfluous arm flashing. And of course, as I say that, he begins a little straight line step with some arm movements in it. But not excessive. A double.
Looked like he settled down through the middle of that program and the nerves went away, but then some struggles at the end again.
Isn't that true of what all of us do all the way through life? It seems to me.
Some of us struggle all the way through, too, Mr. Button.
Get it, right.
Shawn Rogers, the 19-year-old here at the Senior Nationals, will check his marks, and then it is Tim Gable, the 2001 U.S. champ. Tough time gathering his emotions in the short. We'll see if he can focus in the free skate. Tonight, it's an All-American showdown. Two-time U.S. silver medalists Orsher and Lukash have gold within their grasp. But defending champs Inouye and Baldwin won't give up without a fight. And then, 8-time champion Michelle Kwan seeks a record-tying 9th U.S. ladies title if she can hold off Sasha Cohen. The pairs and the ladies final tonight in prime time on ABC Sports. And back live now, Shawn Rogers in the kiss and cry. What Kwan's got planned tonight, by the way, skating to Bolero. Skating fans know few have done that since Torvill and Dean made it famous back in '84. It's kind of their music to skating fans. We'll see. Technical merit. There's the first set. And now presentation, Dick.
I think the marks say it for themselves.
It was a struggle.
Yes.
And currently in third, Shawn Rogers. So Tim Gable set to go. A glance up top at the skybox where Angela Nikodinov sits. Naomi Lang is on the right side of your screen, the 5-time U.S. ice dance champion. And Angela here, as she said at the press conference, to support her friends. And certainly Tim Gable is one of those. Just wanted to thank the entire skating community for all of their support these last couple of days since losing her mother in that car accident. And here's Gable. In the short program, he stepped onto the ice in tears, and he left the ice in tears. But his focus during the time that he spent on the ice skating was terrific, and he grabbed the lead. Here he is, trying to win a title back that he won in 2001.
A quad toe into a triple toe. Possibly a 2-footer in there, but very, very tight revolution in the air. fall out on that. Triple axel. That will not help him if Weir skates perfectly.
Last year he had boot problems that led to injuries. He was 10th after the short program at Nationals, eventually withdrew. It was just an awful season. This year coming back, he's had back spasms, neck problems. His coach, Frank Carroll, in the words of Tim Gable, fired him. Said it was time to move on. He moved across the country and is now coached by Audrey Wisiger. So he very much is trying to bring everything together at this point in the season and in his career.
Now that double three coming out of that combination, that first move was just not acceptable. You know, his arms are a lot better than they have been in the past. He's much more conscious of the style of the program. The one problem is that he still needs to work on his posture. The back curls into the neck, the head isn't straight up, and that makes him look round-shouldered when he's skating. He certainly seems a lot happier than he was during their short program, and that's nice to see. I think having Angela here to support him has been a big help.
Much different demeanor for Tim Gable, and it obviously cannot be easy for Angela to be here right now. There's your current leader, Matt Savoy. We'll see if he holds the lead when we check the marks for Tim Gable. But don't forget, you've got Johnny Weir coming up, trying to repeat as the champion. His 5th appearance at Nationals. Can he win gold? He'll be on the ice after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Back live at the State Farm U.S. Championships, Tim Gable and the kiss and cry. He was very good, but he wasn't perfect.
Well, look at this combination quad toe loop. Now, first of all, he steps back and steps into it, but watch how he two-foots the landing. Very delicately and very nicely, but it is two-footed, even though the rest of the jump was good. The triple toe afterwards.
And the entire time with his friend on his mind, but certainly not the raw emotion that we saw in the short program when the event, the tragic event, just took place.
it was sort of like all the emotion took so much out of him before that this was a down performance that he didn't really have the spark or the energy that he was able to bring into the short program.
Could see that. 5.3, the low mark. Look at the range on these, up to 5.8. And now for presentation, in the 5.6, up to 5.9. You got a 5.9. That's extremely good. And 8 of the 9 judges putting him in first. 1 judge putting him in second. But overall, it's Tim Gable who's got the lead.
And from the Skating Club of New York in New York City, here is Johnny Weir.
So it's Gable, Savoy, and Weiss, your top 3. Remember, there are 3 spots available for the men at the World Championships in Moscow. And usually, in fact, almost always, it's the top 3 at Nationals. There is a committee that selects them, but that's the way it'll go. Here's Weir.
Look at the time he takes taking the place on the ice. It seems like all the skaters are doing that now. It's almost like it's the operation of the day.
You've got 2 minutes to do it, and that's the in thing these days. You're right. They take as much time as possible. What a comeback for Weir last year, winning the national title after literally hitting the wall in Dallas the year before and having an awful time of it. How good has his year been? The major events with the top names in the world are the Grand Prix Series events. He won 2 of them, came in second in another one, losing only to Yevgeny Plashenko, the world champion. But he is coming back from a foot injury that took him out of the Grand Prix final.
He is athletically graceful beyond belief. He's like a greyhound almost. The way he moves into his jumps with extraordinary ease. Notice how he picks up his legs, the free foot on the back crossovers.
Not just a performance, but a statement.
One of the best performances I've ever seen, and certainly one of the best that he's done. He has absolutely every quality. He's on the line with the music. He's his personality, his skating style, long and stretched out, and it grows on you. It leads to an endless impact. Wonderful.
Gable's the leader, but maybe not for long. Johnny Weir, what a performance. Don't forget, you've got Evan Lysacek still to come, the youngster trying to medal for the first time here at Nationals. Back live at the State Farm U.S. Championships, and Johnny Weir, you can say it, Dick, is one of the best in the world at this point.
Look at this triple axel, triple toe loop, and the way he eases up into the air, just smooth like a gazelle going up, and just really superb. 8 triples he landed, the most you can do with no quad. And watch this, how he steps up into that, and the perfect stretched turned legs at the landing, and a straight out landing, not curled in. And on this straight line footwork, he has a wonderful extra quality with it. I mean, it's really just magnificent. He had a little bobble right there, and I think that upset him in the rest of this. Another one right there. That was not his best performance for a straight line, but he's awfully good.
And remember the 9 6.0s that Belbin and Augusto got in the free dance. They're giving those out. This is the last year, most likely, for that system.
Well, those are wonderful marks, 5.8 and 5.9. They tell you exactly what it was. He did not leave it on the practice ice. He did not make a mistake. And the 6.0s are a real credit to the quality and elegance of his skating. I'm very happy for him.
5 6.0s for Johnny Weir. There's your new leader. 14 for Belbin and Augusto, the 6.0 count. Weir and then Quan, Lysacek. There have been 24 6.0s given out here in Portland so far. The previous record, Dick, was 15, and that was in 98. That was all Michel Quan that year, by the way.
I love that.
So your top 3, Weir, Gable, and Savoy.
In Woodbridge, Illinois. Welcome now, Evan Lysacek.
And it comes down to Evan Lysacek, who certainly has the talent. The 19-year-old, originally from Naperville, Illinois, out in L.A. now, working with Ken Kangemi and Frank Carroll. Here he is. He was 5th last year. And a quick reminder, if you're in the top 3 with the old 6.0 system and you win the free skate, you win the gold medal, and Lysacek was in 3rd.
Well, that was a beautiful triple axel, and he just skidded right off on the second part of that jump combination. He has more fun with his skating, and he's the nicest guy around. He even bows to his coach after a lesson. He's a wonderful dancer. These toe steps, step tapping really good. I think he's a cross between Gene Kelly and Tommy Tune.
I'll buy that. He's had a big year, some peak moments this year. He's beaten the world silver medalist Brian Joubert. He's beaten Johnny Weir. All of this with a bad hip, too, that he's dealt with for a while. In fact, he may have to have surgery after the season. It doesn't get better. Lysacek trying to medal and make the world team for the first time in his career. He may have just done that. A standing ovation here in Portland. He was third after the short program. His parents, John and Tanya, standing ovation from them as well. Johnny Weir's your leader. We'll see. Check the marks for Evan Lysacek when we come back to Portland. Back in Portland, don't forget tonight our live coverage of the ladies when they take the ice. Michelle Kwan, Sasha Cohen, coverage getting underway at 8 Eastern. Now, Evan Lysacek, he was terrific. Check out the marks here. Technical merit in the mid-fives, Dick.
Well, you know, he made two mistakes there, and I think that caused it down. But he also got a little sloppy towards the end, and some of the moves were not as crisp and as sharp as they should have been.
Well, listen to the crowd. They don't like the presentation marks. They thought those should have been higher.
Well, he's got wonderful dance qualities, wonderful dance ability, but he let it sag off a little bit at the end, and that's the problem.
But he's able to make the podium. Third place. There it is for Evan Lysacek, and most likely he's going to the World Championships in Moscow. But your winner is Johnny Weir. For the second straight year, it's Weir who wins the gold medal, and he is with Christine Brennan right now.
Johnny Weir, congratulations. The pressure cooker of nationals, how did you handle it?
I just kind of went into my own world, listened to some music, and just tried to relax as much as I could.
And now you know you look ahead to Worlds. Are you the rival, the one rival of Evgeny Plushenko?
I think there are several. Me, Joubert, the other two American guys. Everyone has the ability to kind of challenge him, so it's just going to be a matter of who puts it out at the right time.
All right, Johnny, thank you. Back to you.
All right, Christine, it'll be fun to watch them. We'll be in Moscow for Worlds starting March 17th on ESPN, and certainly Weir will be one of those right there with you, Evgeny Plushenko. Johnny Weir, your gold medalist. Tim Gable settles for the silver, and Evan Lysacek able to stand on the podium for the first time in his career. Back with some final thoughts in a moment. It's been a back-to-back day so far. Belvin and Augusto win again in dance, and Johnny Weir wins the men's event one more time. Tonight, who will win? The Pairs and Ladies Championship at 8 Eastern. ABC Sports is online at ESPN.com. Search
ABC Sports. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports Championship Television.